it's Marina from the Butterfly Effect, and this is the weekly reading for the collective. Obviously a very general reading. I tend to see it as a bigger view of what's coming down the pipe for the next 7 days. If I choose to clarify it, which I probably will, I really can't help myself, then it will probably get into a more personal story in a much smaller version of what could be coming in this week for you. It is general. Please take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Yeah, I mean, I've been putting off this reading all day. It's ridiculous. The anxiety is like not good at all. So, but you know, still got to look at what it's all about. So let's get into it. I haven't done my full 9-box spread, but that is what I'm going to be doing. The central energy for the collective this week is the book, and the book is the card of secrets and mysteries. It can sometimes speak of studies and teaching, education, knowledge, but it's not knowledge, it's something unknown as yet. Obviously the spread around it will give us a bit more clarification, but ultimately it is going to touch on everything, that there is going to be, you know, some sort of secret or mystery or things that are unknown to us. On the dice we have Taurus. I was hoping not to see Taurus, I've got to be honest. The weekend reading wasn't great for Taurus, and it represents the earth, you know, our resources, our money, our possessions. So yeah, let's have a look. We've got the third house firstly, so we're looking at journeys. They're usually shorter journeys, as you know, a lot of back and forth, but in the main I feel this is about communication. The third house is about gathering information. It's also about relaying information. It can sometimes be about gossip. It's the spoken and the written word. It's books, newspapers, media, and the internet. And learning could be to do with schooling. It's ruled by Gemini, the third house, which rules children as well. But we do also have siblings and extended family coming through in the third house. I think the main area is going to be in terms of information. Yeah. And then we have Taurus and the sun. The sun is about our ego, basically. It is the self. It's how we're seen. And Taurus is, you know, as I say, it's the earth. It's our resources. It's land. It's the material world, money. It's about acquiring is what Taurus does. It's obviously a very powerful sign. It can be incredibly stubborn because it's fixed earth. But it is about possessions and possessing, you know. And with the sun here, this can be an energy that immerses itself in rich, beautiful things, you know. The need to be in control, basically, a Taurian energy. So it's all manners of consumption, basically. That's what Taurus loves to do, is consume. It can be greedy, and it can be, you know, something addictive. But this can speak of like concerns for security. Might occupy us this week, and a lot of it's going to come through the media that we choose to expose ourselves to. So if you are, you know, easily triggered or, you know, naturally anxious, that might be something you want to avoid or to reduce substantially. So we're looking at boundaries here with fixed earth as well, something that can be kind of immovable. It can be about arguing the indefensible, but it can also speak about a refusal to submit to any sort of intimidation. I really didn't want to see Kali either, but here we go. From death comes rebirth is what Kali is talking about. This is a card of purification and something that ultimately changes everything. It can be a fairly destructive Kali. I'm going to actually read you a wee bit from it. She represents the destructive phase of the natural cycle, and it's her role to clear away all that is no longer needed. She is said to cut off the head of those who do not heed the necessity of moving through these natural cycles. Her necklace of severed heads represents the end of slavery to the overthinking, over-analytical self who gets stuck when all that is needed is action. This goddess is very strong, very powerful, and in many ways extremely protective. Through her fierce nature, can often frighten timid souls who fear decisive action. She is a mother goddess. She helps with issues to do with brothers and sisters, teachers and parents. Now, we do have the third house, that's brothers and sisters, and the book is teachers. But she's helping us with painful transition. Once received in a message, Kali's energy is already activated. Let go and allow her to assist you in releasing all that is no longer needed and in taking powerful action to change your life. So this is clearing away of leeching energy that drains you or us, relationships that keep you stuck, and then ultimately, being born again. It's pure fire energy. It's the Great Mother. And then we have Artemis of the forest. Now you're independent and free. Honestly, anxiety is off the chain today. So I might be a bit short breath. This is a time for you to go into some kind of wilderness and wild place, whether this place is within you or out in the world. It is time for you to become self-reliant, quiet, stealthy, and aware. You must take your place as a being who can survive and support yourself. You may see this as a test or hardship, but it is a great moment of coming into your own power. You have your quiver, your arrows and bows, and the companionship of the animals, the hounds, the deer, and the trees. You're able to take what must be taken for survival at this time, and when you hunt, do so with honour. Eat what you have grown and create your own meals. This way you will grow in valour and connect more and more to the cycles of this world. The moon will shine on you as you hunt at night. You will tread softly. You will leave no tracks. You are in a sacred wild place. Remember too that when you find this independence, that is when the great god, the king stag, Cernunnos, will come to you. The positive masculine will be drawn to you as you have no desire to exploit him or trap him. You will then know a good father, a true man, a wild and intense boyfriend, a caretaker and a gentleman, and another will care for you for a while. So it is a time of going back to basics, going without luxuries, and support yourself with what you need to survive. Intense March. Angel of Alchemy is at the base of the deck here. That speaks of a miracle. I can speak about, ultimately, it is healing. It can be about exploring health modalities if you've exhausted, other avenues. It is also having a lot of negative energy surrounding you. She is completely blacked out here. So it's obviously a time to keep your vibration as high as you possibly can. So we have the book in the centre. So let's have a look at the covering card for the next 7 days, please. The scythe. Now, the scythe is pointing towards the book here. I will take another card here. But this is about revealing secrets. This is about tearing the book open in some way. But the scythe is a card of danger and accidents. It's something that can be very cutting. It can be about cutting things out. It can speak of sudden ruptures, accidents, surgery. It can be in many ways reaping what we've sown. Let's see. The scythe, please, for the collective. That's basically a broken heart. The whip. Whip is violence, it's aggression, it can speak of conflicts, it's punishment. It's like punishing love. And the coffin's at the base of the deck, talking about endings and misfortune. You can see why I've been putting it off. Next 7 days, please, Spirit. Finish our box spread, give us some good. So we've got the home here, and this speaks of family, obviously the domestic building, property. Just going to finish it off and see what I've got. How we're leaving the week. the base of the deck we have the Garden, which speaks of the public, groups, gatherings, and some sort of choice here. Okay. So coming into the week with the scythe, basically, which I've already covered, but this scythe is creating pain. That's what the scythe does. It can represent a child or a younger person, but it's usually someone who's very aggressive. Mirroring the whip card here is about violent aggression, basically. And it's surrounding the heart. So, you know, it's incredibly painful. It is literally the combination of heartbreak. And I mean, it can be something that's repetitive with the whip. There is something that is revealed here, with the key being under the book and the scythe being up here. This is speaking about some sort of secret that's revealed, but what is revealed is incredibly troubling, basically, because we're leaving the week with the clouds, and the clouds is distortion, confusion, trouble, suspicion. But we do have some sort of answer here. I mean, the book is touching everything, so it's almost impossible to say, you know, specifically what it is. It's going to be lots of things, you know. There is knowledge that we're going to have possible access to. I mean, I feel with the coffin here, this is still information that is attempted to be shut down, because the coffin is, you know, closed. But it's literally speaking of, like, you know, a painful endings. And it's almost like the knowledge that we have access to, because what the key is also unlocking here is the stars. And the stars can speak of clarity, guidance. And it's the internet, you know, we're in the 3rd house here. It's unlocking that. But what it's actually giving us from it is worry, you know, more confusion. It's like going down the rabbit hole here. So you think you get access to one piece of information, but it just opens up a hornet's nest of even, you know, more confusion. Okay, let me do some clarification. Sorry, I'm not as fluid. Not that I'm usually particularly fluid, but, you know, I usually have something to say, but kind of struggling with this. Tell me about the scythe for the collective this week. The scythe and the heart, take them together. The scythe and the heart. Justice in reverse. This is something that's unfair, unjust, illegal, and is fighting, combat, arguments, discord about what's fair, what's right. But this can be, it can also be the breaking of some sort of legal contract or agreement. The whip. Queen of Wands. It's interesting because I did a wee reading on Putin earlier, and there's a female keeps coming through. I don't know who it is, but obviously this can relate to your own personal story. You know, come away from the big picture as much as possible. So the Queen of Wands is usually a fire sign. Aquarius, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius is usually very confident, very capable. She's an entrepreneur, businesswoman. She draws a lot of attention and usually enjoys it. Let me see, the Queen of Wands. Pioneer. And a poet. The pioneer is a passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. In its negative attributes, it would be a compulsive need to keep moving on. The poet expresses soul insights in symbolic language and turns a lyrical gift to negative or destructive effort. She is in the upright, but I am clarifying the whip, which is a very negative card. this is someone that's, I don't know, I'm sort of getting the feeling somebody kind of looking the other way here. Show me the house. Full. Can be new property, new beginning. It can also be something risky. And there's more aggression. Knight of Swords in reverse. This is somebody who doesn't think clearly. This is somebody who acts first and thinks later. He is a warrior. He's not honourable when he's in his reverse position. This is someone who leaves, you know, people on the battlefield. And the Six of Cups is in reverse with the Tower. So this can be bad memories. This can be something from the past that's resurfacing. It's destabilizing. It's like some sort of swift action here, because the Scythe can speak of swiftness, something being done hurriedly. It's not being thought through. It's ultimately maybe a foolish decision, because the Knight of Swords in reverse, third house, Gemini energy, someone who's not thinking clearly and makes rash decisions and creates arguments. I mean, the Scythe here is knighting the coffin and the key. A key can be a very important person. If it's not a breakthrough or something opening up or clarity, it can be an important person. There's some sort of sudden ending, or like a dangerous ending here, and it feels like it's something that's acted upon rashly. What's in the book, Spirit? What is in the book? The Empress. That's Taurine energy. The feminine, Mother Gaia, and the Lovers. There could be some sort of choice, a choice in love here. But this is a card of birthing something new. It can be births and marriages here. The Coffin card. As I say, as soon as I get into clarification, I start to see characters and it's a wee story. So the coffin for the collective. The Star in reversed. That's a loss of hope. And it's a lack of guidance. It's not really knowing where to go. And the Moon is in reverse. There is some sort of big secret being revealed here, basically. I mean, it really may involve children in some way. So it can speak of some, at the very least, disappointment. But I'm really feeling it is a kind of lack of optimism. The Stars, the collective, the Stars, for the collective. King of Pentacles, who's the money man? Can be a banker. Three of Pentacles is in reverse at the base of the deck. This is someone who's not gelling well with others, who's not working as part of a team. And this is Taurus, Taurus, Taurus. Libra, Aquarius, fire sign. Let's see who he is. Show me the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles. He's a bully. This chap up here. Involved with the Queen of Wands. And he's a miser, or the Midas. If someone's got is very wealthy, is really what I feel. The King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles. Scribe. So there's something to do with communication here. We've got the poet, and now we've got the scribe. And it's altering facts or plagiarizing others' work. Key. The reason I can't pull it into a story is because my head's elsewhere. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I'm looking at all the different ways this can play out. I'm almost like sort of leaving it up to your own interpretation in many ways. King of Swords is the key. I've got another masculine energy here. Now this is someone who's usually fair, clear thinking, honest. He's usually, with the Justice card here, it can be legal representation, it can be a lawyer of some sort. It's maybe someone who's dealing with something, you know, that's unjust. He's someone that can provide answers. Two of Cups. Someone that you can relate to. Maybe even be in a partnership with. And the Clouds. The Clouds is how we're leaving the week. Oh. 9 of Cups reversed. 6 of Cups reversed. There really is something to do with children here. Okay. I've got the Knight of Wands reversed. So I've got 2 Knights in reverse here. That's a much younger energy or an immature energy, but there's impulsiveness here, there's recklessness. This King of Swords, in his head is the secret. He has some sort of secret here. Maybe about, you know, a love relationship, or it's an emotional secret. But he has the ability to either drop weight for himself or for others in terms of revealing something. And that may be an answer. In terms of the Clouds, there's, you know, there's greed with the 9 of Cups reverse. It's also a lack of satisfaction. It's not having your wishes fulfilled. 6 of Cups is in reverses again, speaking of something. It may be like a kind of, you know, something from the past that's really worrying someone. If it's not specifically regarding children, family, wives, girlfriends, whatever, and obviously that's a personal story, there could be a divorce around here, then it's something in the past that somebody is, you know, fretting about this being revealed in some way, to the point that this person may even reveal it themselves. But this chap is an issue, because I think he's lying. I think he's, you know, falsifying information or putting information out there that's, you know, deliberately misleading. Okay, I'm just going to leave it there and take some advice. I'm sorry, it was a bit disjointed, but, you know, it's what it is. Weekly advice for the collective. The weekly advice for the collective. It's a very, very karmic card. Hold the space is the Druid at the base of the deck here. And then we have the Elder. This is moving beyond ancestral patterns. I'm going to read it, because I can't seem to think properly. So... here we go. The Druid. Druid's my wee wise man. Move beyond the limitations that have been set for you by family members, past and present. Know that the energy of your spirit is more powerful than genetics and behavioural patterns. The Aboriginal people are the oldest tribal people still living on the planet. Their hunter-gatherer culture and ancient spirituality are rooted in tradition and balance with the earth. So the Aboriginal ancestors are offering you not only wisdom that will help you heal and adapt to the ever-changing planet, but also an understanding of what a spiritual life should be. The Elder is the ancestor who comes with a message of healing change. He is an embodied soul, yet he has had journeys that go beyond the physical. Therefore, he represents a reclamation of power. When he appears, it's an acknowledgement that you have the capacity to move beyond limitations that have been placed upon you. If you have had to experience, or if you have had expectations of success, failure, sadness, or even sickness placed upon you by your family, it's important to know that you are here to create your own story. This card represents personal healing that will bring healing to your family lineage, past, present, and future. Know that you get to decide what you take on, and also know that your ancestors are rooting for you and are sorry for any setbacks they have created. There is a great deal of healing to come from this, is ultimately what I'm saying. We've got the Miracle card here as well. And I have to say that I'm somewhat encouraged that I did see a tower reversed at the base of the deck, but I've not seen the tower, I've not seen the death card, I've not seen the Ten of Swords, not seen the Sun reversed. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's going to be fine. Okay, have a great week, guys. Bye.